So back in college, I had a friend who went to Italy for the summer to study art history. Now, Liz was from the Midwest, hadn't traveled outside the United States, and went over there on a full scholarship, so she was going to be very focused in on the mission at hand, right? Not exactly. You see, she came back not just in love with the country, but in love with the country's men. She talked again and again about how the Italians were the best dressed guys she had ever seen in her life. And as a student of classic men's style, I have to agree with her assessment. Now understand, Italian style is very different from English style, from French style, definitely from American style. And what these guys really get right is their ability to dress sharp in hot weather. The first lesson on our list, master wearing the casual sports jacket. Now I get it, this off-white jacket right here may be a little bit too much for some of you. Then start off with a gray or light tan. What I like about colors like this, you can dress them up, you can dress them down, and jackets in general, as the Italians understand, build up the shoulders. They just make you a step above when it comes to your style. You stand out from the crowd, wearing this with jeans, wearing them with chinos, wearing these with linen trousers. All of a sudden, you are looking better than most of the guys out there. Now immediately, the objection from most guys is it's too hot, it's uncomfortable. But here's the secret to wearing a jacket. First up, make sure it's made from the right material. This one's made from linen. It's going to be breathable. In addition, let's talk about unlined jackets. These are jackets that are not fully lined on the inside. So they just have this thin layer of linen, again, which is incredibly breathable. They've got some lining up here at the top, so it makes it really easy to be able to slip your shoulders in and out. But jackets built like this, lightweight, are made for the summer and are going to be just, the air is going to flow right through. They are much cooler than they look. Also, when looking at a summer jacket, don't forget to pay attention to the color. In general, lighter colors are where it's at. They're going to reflect more light. Darker colors absorb light. Therefore, they're going to be hotter. Now, this color right here, again, maybe over the top for some of you guys, but look for grays, look for greens. There are variations. They're going to be lighter in color. Anything that's in the pastels may be a little bit too strong for some of you guys, but again, try the jacket on, see how it makes you look. Jackets, again, build up the shoulders. They slim up the silhouette. In general, they make you look more stylish. The next summer style secret to steal from the Italians: be comfortable in your own skin. Seriously, whenever you put on an outfit, you should have practiced wearing it. This isn't the first time when you see a great looking Italian that he's worn that outfit. He's probably put that combination together or variations of it. He has a uniform. He has a look. He knows what works for him, and he's practiced wearing it. Whenever you haven't practiced wearing something, all of a sudden you're unsure, you're uncertain, maybe you're self-conscious, and it shows. You want to be able to wear clothing, again, that's incredibly comfortable, clothing that looks good. And speaking of comfort, let's talk about today's sponsor, Collar & Co. So guys, one thing I don't like about dress shirts, long sleeve dress shirts, not very breathable, especially during the summer, wearing them under a sports jacket. But here's the thing, Collar & Co. took the polo shirt, they perfected it, and then they improved the collar. We're talking, you've got a dress shirt collar here, and they've got different collar styles. So if you want something that's more of a wider angle, you want something that's more of a point collar, you want a spread collar, they've got you covered. You've got the 4-button front, and the material, silky, just incredibly comfortable. So you've got great comfort, and you've got that structured collar that makes your outfit pop. Seriously, gents, you can wear these shirts alone as a polo, or better yet, you can combine them, again, with your favorite sports jacket, with any type of sweater, and you've got a combination that's going to be more comfortable, is going to keep you cooler, still look good with that structured collar. It's going to help you dress up during the summer, look good, but you don't have to deal with all the hassle that come with long sleeve shirts. And the fabric, I absolutely love it. It's lightweight, it's moisture wicking, and it has a 4-way stretch. Let's talk about options. So when it comes to colors, they've got all the base colors that you're going to need. If you need white, you need something in dark navy, you want a black, you want a pink, they're going to have a variety of patterns, you want a light blue. Again, gents, I want to stress, I love the feel, I love the fit of these polos right here. And again, I loved how they paid attention to the most important aspect, the collar, and right here, this front placket. Having structure here, having something that's going to stand up whenever you layer it up, whenever you put a sports jacket over this, is so key. Because I've had so many polos that just don't work. They look good when you first get them, but then you wash them and the collars fall apart. They get that, all wrinkly bacon kind of look. These collars stand up to the wash, and again, they keep their structure, which is key if you want to look good during the hot times of the summer. All right, gents, just change up the look. What do you think? Pink with the green. A lot of guys aren't into color. I'll talk about that here in a second. But guys, if you want to get the best deal on the web with Collars & Co., use the link below or go to collarsandco.com/RMRS and use code RMRS to get the best deal on the web. Go check them out. Awesome company. So now let's talk about that splash of color. I just brought in pink. I could have had more fun with the pocket square probably, but point being is most American men are afraid to bring in color. I mean, how many guys do you know that for some reason they think pink is a woman's color?
I like that pink, man. Mauve, bro. Mauve. Okay.
You know your history, pink was actually a young man's color for the longest time, and it actually works great with darker skin tones. It makes them really pop. But here's the thing is a lot of guys we have this false association. Believe me, the ladies do not care. If it looks good on you, you're going to get compliments and you are going to stand out from the crowd. So don't be afraid to bring it in. And maybe it's not going to be a shirt. Maybe it's going to be an accessory. Maybe it's going to be your trousers. Again, an area where most men neglect actually bringing in color. But I've seen men pop in with red trousers, maybe with a navy blazer, or you just are, a navy polo. Right there, we're drawing attention to the trousers. It looks good and you stand out from the crowd. The next tip to dressing like an Italian is to put in the work, but make it look like it was effortless. This is called sprezzatura. And it's a word that actually derives, I think it was from Machiavelli, even he talked about this in The Prince. Imagine, you look at a duck on the surface of a pond. It is smoothly moving through the water. But what you don't see are those little feet, just quickly moving. It basically would mess up the whole image. And Italians understand this, that whenever you see them put together, yes, it looks like they didn't even try. It's just something they threw together. But Italians understand that no, you do need to put the time and effort into that outfit. Even if it looks like that outfit was just thrown together effortlessly, no, there was a lot of thought and process. That's why you want to have a uniform. You want to have clothing that fits you, clothing that when you put it on, it looks good, it works together. I love the interchangeable wardrobe, the idea that you can match things together without even really having to look at them, because when you make sure you buy them and you put them in your closet, that they are going to match, they're going to work effortlessly. The next summer style secret to steal from the Italians, guys, know your shoes. So us Americans, we just default, it seems like, to running shoes. Maybe you've got some sandals. Yeah, but let's talk about loafers. This is where the Italians really get it. And you can start off with something simple and clean. What I like about loafers like this is that they've got a really short vamp. So that's the front top part of the shoe right here. And they're incredibly cool. They're also made from a very lightweight, pliable leather that's going to be incredibly comfortable. Believe me, I've walked throughout New York City in a pair of shoes like this. Incredibly comfortable, and it just steps up the entire outfit. But gents, there's more. Simply take that same style, change up the material. Here I've gone with the green suede. You wear that with a great pair of light wool trousers, maybe like a light white shirt, but it's the shoes that are going to stand out. But what if it's incredibly hot? You want something that's even cooler. Guys, look for perforated leather style shoes. What I love about these is air literally can go in and out. You've got small holes. These are incredibly breathable, and again, so much more stylish than just wearing running shoes. Seriously, I like that style so much, I even picked up a pair in blue suede. Now, if you want something with a little bit more flash, maybe a little bit more design, don't be afraid of a tassel loafer. And of course, how could we forget the iconic horsebit loafer, made popular by the designer Gucci. And let's not forget the Italians also understand the importance of smelling good. Now, during the summer, you're going to want to go with lighter fragrances. And what we mean by that are fragrances that aren't heavy and overpowering, nothing overly sweet unless you're going to the club. Maybe look for something that's going to have more, aquatic notes to it. It's going to maybe have a little bit of an aromatic to it. Something that's going to have a little bit of citrus at the top. Whenever you put this on, it's going to be refreshing. That being said, powdery fragrances that have a little bit of a, floral to them, maybe a little bit of an aromatic. Those can work as well. But, again, just look for something that's geared towards the summer. I find that there are tons of options out there, especially for the guy just starting off. That being said, there is a drawback to a lot of summer fragrances, and that is they don't last that long compared to the heavier winter fragrances. That being said, don't worry about that, because when you put this on and it's 100 degrees outside and you're sweating, it will last long enough. And if you really want to smell more of it, then just reapply. Now, what about shorts? And don't get me wrong, I love shorts. When the temperatures hit 35 degrees here in Wisconsin, everybody's out wearing their shorts and their white legs are blinding you. But seriously, shorts in general are a bit overplayed, in my opinion, because most men in hot weather don't think tropical weight wool trousers. They don't think chinos and going with a variety of options. The thing is, shorts are really going to dress down any outfit. Nothing wrong with that if the situation calls for that. If you're going to the beach, if you're just going to be out going for a walk around town and it's really hot, I get it, totally fine. But I do think wearing the right type of shorts and maybe looking at could tropical weight wool trousers actually fill in a void, so I'm going to come off as more stylish and be just as cool in fact protect my legs from the, from the sun. But guys, let's actually go to a whole video on shorts in which I talk about this very topic. I go into the length, I go into a lot of details on how to pull shorts off and look good. Again, covered in this video right here. Click it, you'll magically go over there and be amazed. Yeah, it's a good video.